I'm very scared. I'm very scared of the law. You know, when I was a kid, when I was in school, I never got detention a single time. Not once did I ever get detention. Nope, not a single time. Not from kindergarten to the end of high school. Never got in detention. I've always been a very good apple. A very good worm. And if a teacher ever talked to me, I started crying. I got bullied a lot. I think I was the chosen bullied kid for my entire grade because they bullied me so bad. Like every single day. I have so many stories I could tell you guys. It was really rough for me when I was in school. The bullying didn't stop until I entered like high school. But I think it might be part of the reason because people are like more mature, a little more grown up, but yeah, but I got bullied really bad. And it's because I was a very soft kid and I'm still a very soft person. So I was a very easy target for bullying because I never fought back. I was never like, oh, how dare you, here's a comeback. I've always just been very timid. I'm a very timid person. My worst memory from getting bullied was... I was at lunch this one time, and let me come up with a name. We'll call this guy, Brandon? Is there any Brandons in chat? I'm sorry. But Brandon, but this person named Brandon at my school, he bullied me a lot. He was a part of the group of kids that would bully me. And one day at lunch, he came up to me and he asked me out. And immediately, my mind started to run. I wasn't like, oh, this guy that always bullies me, he asked me out, I hate him, why would I ever say yes? My mind, as a lonely kid who who no one ever liked, I was a little excited. I was like, oh my goodness, does someone finally like me? And in my head, I was like, you know what? Maybe the reason he's bullying me is so that he can fit in with his friends. You know, maybe he's insecure and worried and he's bullying me, so more people will like him. But he actually likes me. And so I told him that I would think about it. And then I said yes. And he started laughing and making like throwing up noises. And all of his friends in the back started laughing too. And he told me that he was just scared to ask me out. He said that his friends dared him to ask me out. I started crying immediately. I started crying because apparently I was such a target for bullying and people liked me so little and hated me so much that they thought that it was a terrible and cruel prank to tell them to ask me out, and it was the funniest thing in the world. Oh, it broke my heart. It absolutely broke me. I was miserable. And I cried and cried and I wouldn't stop crying about it because all I ever wanted was to be loved, and I couldn't believe that I was so undesirable that someone would do something like that. It sucks so bad. Oh, but yeah, that's my story. It sucked. But I guess whenever you're a very, like, timid kid, that's easy to pick on. A lot of people just choose you to be picked on. It sucks, unfortunately, but... you know, that was a long time ago. I was in, like, 4th grade. So I was really young. Pillow's villain origin story. I wouldn't say as in... Saddest thing I heard today, tissue fun. I have tissues. Oh, hi, Bread. I can pick you guys up, by the way. Ow. I don't do it often, but I'm kind of just using you as a stim toy, and I'm like tossing you around. Wee, wee, wee. Yeah, Pillow had a lot of really bad times with bullying when I was a kid. Unfortunately. But you know what? It's okay. Even though it hurt me really badly and kind of changed and stuff, and all of that bullying really impacted me and changed me as a person. I wouldn't change it. Like, I wouldn't change it for the world because it's made me who I am today. And who I am today is someone that can spend a lot of time with you and have a lovely, lovely time. And if all of those things didn't happen, then maybe we wouldn't be together today. So, for that I'm happy and I wouldn't change it. Is that silly? Is that silly of me? I hope it's not too silly. Crying into my pillow, dear, after that one. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. It's okay. Don't let stuff like that get you down. Oh, it does, and I'm okay. Like guys, when I was a kid, it did really affect me. Oh my goodness. I can probably tell you guys some more stories. I can tell you guys some more stories, but I need to think of one that's like... Oh! I need to think of a story because I had some stories that maybe I can't share. Because the bullying was really that bad sometimes. And I don't think it's appropriate to share. As long as you're happy in the end, it doesn't matter. I guess so, right? Anti-Brandon. His name wasn't Brandon. I just had to give him a name. Don't be anti-Brandon. I've known a lot of good Brandons when I went to school. It's okay. But that being said, I never had a real boyfriend in school. I was just very, like, after elementary school, after all the bullying, I kind of just started avoiding people. And I became very introverted. And if I ever did have friends in middle school or high school, it would only be like 1 or 2 girls. You know, I think I talked about this in one of my very, very early streams, but I think there's reasons that I was bullied. It's because I was a very weird kid. I'm not saying that bullying is okay, because it's not. But I understand why they bullied me. I was a very weird kid, but I feel like kids should just get to be kids. Like I am. I always ended up chasing boys around the playground and barking at them. I would chase after them and I'd be like, ruff, 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 bark, 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 bark. And I would chase them and they're like, leave me alone, you freak. And I would just chase them and bark at them. It's because I didn't know how to talk to them. And so, like, I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to talk. And so I would just bark at them. It's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. Woof, woof, woof. Bark, bark, bark. Bow, 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 bow. Woof, woof, woof. Wow, wow. Woof, woof, woof. Meow, meow. Meow, meow.